Yeah, that's right. We've all heard the phrase every vote counts, but that means something a little different in this case. A Democratic lawmaker who has COVID who showed up to cast a vote, and House Republicans who are saying it really makes the rules set up to be questioned. When Governor Gretchen Whitmer entered the state capitol to deliver her State of the State address last week, one lawmaker was absent. Representative Natalie Price, a Democrat from Berkeley, tested positive for COVID-19 and stayed away, according to state officials. But the next day, she showed up for an in-person vote on an economic relief plan. Now her colleagues are asking, what's the right protocol to follow? House Assistant Minority Leader Andrew Beeler, who represents Port Huron.
That's really our big question is what rules are we following? We have members in our caucus. We have members of our staff who are immunocompromised for whom this is a serious issue. And it seems like something that we could be transparent about with each other. And I think that's really where the Republicans are at is what is the standard? What are the rules that we're following and how are we protecting our members and our staff?
Regulations require all House members to vote in person, meaning they cannot do it virtually or via Zoom, for example. The Democrats have a razor-thin edge, leading the House and Senate by just 2 seats in each chamber.
You know, I hope that this is not a case of Speaker Tate just simply allowing his members to violate CDC guidelines simply because he has a thin majority. My hope is that it was an oversight, but I think that remains to be seen, and Leader Hall is working on getting to the bottom of that now.
Speaker Joe Tate's office explained the situation from their view, confirming that Representative Price told House leadership she tested positive the morning of the State of the State and therefore did not attend. As for her in-person vote the next day, a statement reads in part, plans were made for Rep. Price to vote from the gallery using technology relied upon during the pandemic to enable recommended spacing protocols. The representative wore a mask and only entered the gallery to cast her vote and then returned to her car. Price also took to Facebook saying in part, I remained far more than 6 feet away from everyone and wore a mask the entire time I was in the building. I took all precautions I could to protect the health and safety of my colleagues while fulfilling my responsibility to represent my constituents in matters that impact all of our lives. Dr. Matthew Sims of Beaumont is an expert in infectious diseases. He says stay home whenever you can if you have COVID, but he understands there are times when duty calls.
There are times where you have to go somewhere. You have to go to a doctor's office. You're the only one in your house. You can't get groceries unless you go get them, right? Or maybe it was a very important vote. Trust me, I firmly believe in the democratic process and the need for these votes.
Representative Price says she was fully vaccinated before the COVID diagnosis. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Sounds like there's a lot of gray area that we're hearing about this, but rules or a policy probably does need to be in place. Are you hearing about any possible changes because of this?
Well, certainly that's part of the fact-finding mission with the minority caucus, and we're getting the sense that the Democratic majority could be open to some conversations. Remember, the majority, they can really set the rules when it comes to how they want to run the chamber, so we'll see what comes up in any of those meetings.